watched my How to Play Fate core video.
You did watch it, right?
And you want to play, but you can't play in person because who physically interacts with other humans anymore? So you want to play online, but there are so many options. Which is best for you? Well, take my hand and I'll show you a multitude of ways to play Fate online. First, let's take a minute to describe what is essential and helpful to play Fate. First, obviously, a way to chat with your players. Second, a character sheet for players to track their PC's skills and whatnot. 4 fudge dice, which are d6s with equal chances of rolling a -1, 0, or +1. And then we want some way to track all the aspects in a game, which are descriptive terms that characters, scenes, and even the game as a whole will have. While sometimes aspects of a scene or NPC might be hidden from the players, the ones they should know about should be apparent, so players can use those for bonuses to their rolls, called invoking aspects. And finally, combat and some action scenes take place in zones, so we should have some way of tracking player position in those as well. Now, if all of this doesn't make sense, you should probably watch my How to Play Fate video first. Give me your precious views. So yeah, when it comes down to it, we need a way for the group to communicate, character sheets, fudge dice, battle maps, and ways to keep track of aspects. We know what we need. So how do all of these methods of playing online compare? Well, let's start simple. Discord or Zoom? The most obvious benefit of playing over Discord or Zoom is that pretty much everyone is familiar with at least one of them. They are simple, they're designed for high-quality video chat, so big thumbs up there. And, the rest, well, woofda. There's really no character sheet integration with either of these, so you'll have to find a separate solution for that. Now, at least in Discord, you can find a bot for dice rolling specific to Fate called FateBot. Simple commands, really clear to read. It's rad. If you're doing Zoom, well, dice are gonna be up to your players to find. Not like it's hard to get a free dice roller for your phone or something, there just isn't any integration in Zoom. And that's like what we're talking about here, integrated. Moving on. Now, shared battle maps and aspects. Well, you could just describe them or write them down in chat, but as the chat fills with dice rolls, that gets a little tedious to keep scrolling up to keep track of. The GM could certainly screen share a little MS Paint map, or maybe you could all jump on Google Jamboards and have a map and tokens there or something along those lines to help folks keep track of this stuff. But honestly, at that point, if you're gonna do a half-ass battle map with those, you're probably better off using something just as easy, but more designed for that purpose. Something like Owlbear Rodeo. Owlbear Rodeo, it's free, no account needed, it's an awesome solution. But of course, as I was alluding to, this is one of the few virtual tabletops on this list that's lacking any sort of audio-video chat option, so it pairs perfectly with Discord or Zoom. Sadly, it's also the only VTT option we'll be covering that doesn't have any kind of character sheet option. So now you've got to have Discord, Owlbear, and something for your character sheets. Unless you fill out and upload the character sheets as a JPEG token to Owlbear and make them big on the tabletop, which, it's awkward, but it works, I guess. Dice rolling can be done in Owlbear. It even has a little physics simulator. You can grab them and toss them around. Whee! However, it doesn't have fudge dice specifically, so you'll have to roll d6s, and remember that 1 and 2 are -1, 3 and 4 are 0, and 5 and 6 are +1. Which isn't awful, but I sure screw it up plenty. However, the battle map may be where Owlbear excels. Not only is it super easy to quickly draw some squares and plop in some tokens to track characters, or drag in a fancier map if you want, but adding aspects is perfect with Owlbear's post-it style notes. Players can track game aspects, scene aspects, even specific zone aspects so easily, and they all take almost no time. You can even make a little setup like I've got here, and yes, I've made all of these assets available on my Patreon! So you can track stress and complications right on the tabletop for everyone to see. So all you need is a way to chat, an Owlbear, and honestly, a separate character sheet. Don't do this. And you're set. Now, this is nice, but it can also be a lot of tokens and visual clutter. Surely there must be a more organized option designed originally with Fate specifically in mind, and oh yeah, Fari! Fari is neat and tidy and free as heck, but you'll still need a separate program to chat with your group. But character sheets? Forget about it! Fari already has Fate sheet templates ready to go and they're fully customizable. What's more, once you fill it out, a lot of the dice rolling is automated and the results are clearly visible to everyone. Battle maps are so simple and quick that it's a little silly. You can't really have the aspects and all that displayed right on the map like an Owlbear, but with other integrated tabs you can have them organized and either available to or hidden from the players. It makes all the info incredibly easy to access and utilize. It's a wonderful, simple, and clean VTT. You just need a chat program and you're set. But you want video chat, and that's a whole second window. Screen real estate is so valuable right now. You don't want to be switching between windows or cramming everything together on one screen, so you'll probably want to check out Roll. Right off the bat, Roll, a free, easy to sign up for service, has high-quality video chat built right in, so bye-bye, Discord! Character sheets? Well, it just so happens that Roll has fully customizable character sheets, and it also just so happens that I made a really easy-to-use template with automated rolls for Fate on Roll, and I've shared a link to that sheet in the description below, so grab it, customize it to your heart's content, and you're all set. Dice rolling? Well, how about dice rolling with the skill modifiers and a nice little button to add an aspect invocation bonus to your roll, integrated into the sheet, and it's easily displayed for everyone. Done. Well, how about the battle map? Well, you can't draw one very easily with Roll at the moment. You can still upload a tabletop and draw on it, or just upload a fancier map if you like, I suppose. Drop in some tokens and keep track of stuff. Sadly, there is no text tool in Roll right now, so there's no way to keep aspects on screen for players. I've gotten around this with a Fate aspect sheet, which you can share with the table so players can easily reference it. Template for that sheet also available in the description. It isn't perfect, but it works. And you can do some of the same things where you use tokens to track health and conditions, kinda right on the tabletop. Simple, elegant, and only one window required for play. But what about less simple and more featureful? Roll20 and Foundry. Yeah, sorry, they're too similar, I'm grouping them together. Roll20 is free but with premium subscription features, and Foundry is a one-time payment of $50. Both of these have video chat built in, but I've had problems with both of their video chat programs. Yes, even with Jitsi Chat mod on Foundry. So it isn't as good of an experience as Discord or Roll. I should note that Roll20 does have Whisper video chat so you can talk to just select players at a time, which is pretty rad. Each tabletop has two options to choose from for your character sheet / system, the official one and a user-made one. On Roll20, the official one looks really slick and asks when you click to roll any modifiers, like when you invoke an aspect. And then there's the non-official one, which doesn't do that and looks kinda blah. Use the official one. On Foundry, same basic thing, official sheet and one called Fate X or Fate Extended. The Fate Extended sheet looks and rolls a little more sleekly, but I couldn't find a function to add modifiers for invoking aspects. The official sheet, shift-click a die, add a mod, cool. Just not as pretty. Both are customizable and work well. For battle maps, upload maps, draw some squares, both VTTs have quick text tools to add aspects and all that, so that stuff works really smoothly. Just so long as you know how to navigate the options for turning off token view and other stuff. But yeah, it works. Oh, and I suppose I can throw in here, Fantasy Grounds also has Fate. It's a lot like Foundry or Roll20, but we're back to having no audio or video chat, so fire up Discord. Otherwise, character sheets, rolling battle maps, all that is pretty much the same that you'd get with Roll20 or Foundry, just at a higher initial investment cost. So, out of these options, which should you choose? Well, I'd say it's up to a mix of preference and what you already have. Because if you don't already own Foundry or Fantasy Grounds, I wouldn't recommend buying them just for Fate. It's a pretty simple rules-light game system, and I would only personally suggest running it on one of those if you've already invested in them. But they're really not going to add anything to the game that the free options don't have. I mean, honestly, if you really want that kind of setup and the video chat, just use the free version of Roll20. That'll get you going fine. Otherwise, I personally like to keep it a little more simple, so I like to use either a combination of Fari and Discord if you don't mind using two programs, or Roll. Both have different strengths, but I think they offer a really satisfying, free experience without sacrificing any quality of life things like fudge dice rollers, built-in character sheets, and whatnot. But really, any one of these is a perfectly good option. I just hope I've given you enough information about these tabletops and ideas for how to run Fate on them for you to come to your own conclusions. You know, for me personally, I really prize video chat in my games because I love seeing my friends' faces and just virtually hanging out, but you might like nice chat logs and character sheets and journals. There are no wrong answers to this problem, just right answers for you. And hey, if you're still watching at this point, thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate it. Yeah, be sure to like this video if you found it useful, subscribe for more TTRPG content. If this does okay, I was thinking of doing a similar format for other systems, as this was pretty easy to put together, which, compared to some of the other videos I do, they are not. This is a breath of fresh air. Anyway, thank you again for your support and watching until the end. Because now you get the special bonus. Bye. What? I'm dumb.